Hey everyone, welcome to ZeroWorks, and well, I'll be talking about this platform. First, I'll explain what it is, and actually, it's pretty simple. Platform that lets us automate repetitive tasks without coding, got it? Like scraping websites, generating leads, doing social media tasks. It lets us automate various things, kind of like N8N, which we covered on this channel before. It also stands out because it allows us to automate web interactions, you know? So if I'm browsing a website, I can perform, for example, it says here, insert ChatGPT generated DM and click send message. Okay, this is basically a process we do within the website, right? We're not using APIs, but working locally on our computer. Got it? This, for instance, would be for scraping the web and saving data, okay? We have various examples. They explain why, because you can automate any tool, manage multiple accounts. If custom code is needed, it's user-friendly and visual, right? And more. So we can click start for free to try the tool. Let's see if they have templates we can look at. This is basically what ZeroWork offers. Now we're inside the platform. We have 13 days and 24 hours for the ZeroWork free trial, which is great. As you can see, we can save locally in the settings section, okay? It's that simple. Alright, how do we create our first workspace with ZeroWork? Let's go to the flows section of taskbots and click to create a new taskbot. Here we have a bit of everything, okay? Here's the logic. Let's briefly explain it. I won't get too specific, but enough to understand how it works, okay? Basically, this is an automation tool, right? We'll be relying on a bot to perform various tasks, okay? So for example, we have the open link option, right? Here we specify what type of link we want to open. Let's say we want to open this link, for instance, to the music I'm listening to, and we wanted to do this in 0 seconds, right? A00, let's see if it allows me. There are more options. We can make it open in a new tab or window and set a timeout. But what happens? Will it loop? No, it won't. If I hit play, first we need to have it locally, okay? But now, for example, a page would open, right? It'd take me there, and then what I do is, let's say we enter the page and we can go back and forth, scroll up and down, and perform keyboard actions, okay? Like pressing a key on the keyboard, right? Which key do we want pressed? WSD, for example, okay? Perfect save. So basically, when it enters the link, it'll press WSD, okay? When? Well, if we've set a delay here, okay? After waiting. We haven't set it here, but we'd put 5 seconds, okay? Alright, let's wait about 5 seconds, okay? We can create conditions, right? Like if statements. If this happens, then that occurs, and we create variables. We can ask ChatGPT, got it? If we get info, we can verify with ChatGPT if it's what we're looking for, okay? We can click an element or just click, alright? Literally, it says enter CSS or XPath selector, okay? For CSS, we'd use Control-Shift-C, right? Here we have the body and HTML. We can also do loops, okay? When we start repeat, right? We can say what happens after it repeats or make the loop stop. We can do an info update, okay? After creating a variable, right? The data formatting and so on. As I said, use this for whatever you need. I can't think of a specific use right now, but if you have a repetitive task with constant clicks in your browser, it's always faster to do it via API, okay? It's always much quicker to use an API, but you can do it locally too. The advantage of doing it locally is that you can use it across all applications, right? Sometimes there are apps without APIs, or you might need to run your own script. You might need to execute your own script or something, you know? The benefit of local use is access to the whole device, but here you're limited to the browser. So it's hard to think of automated tasks we could do. Maybe a typical app that just clicks in one spot could work, okay? We could do that, or even create a bot to make money for us, who knows? If you put your mind to it, I'm sure you'll find a way to benefit from it. So there you have it, folks. Alright, let's take a look at ZeroWorks payment plans, okay? I'll give a quick review of the tool, sound good? The basic paid plans start at $15 a month, got it? They allow us to have 20 task bots, okay? Daily scheduling, so they can run on a daily basis. Unlimited execution, since it runs locally. Unlimited API calls. Right, for starting the task bot and such, okay? That's yearly. Monthly, they charge 20 bucks. 50 bucks. 75 bots, hourly runs, 100 business tier. Let's see, the prices aren't bad, right? I think the tool's good, with more potential than expected. I think it's pretty good, you know? I think it's a tool that might lack usefulness, you know? Unless it's for scraping websites and such. It's complicated for me. It's hard to find a real use for it, right? For example, generate an AI image. You can't do that here. You'd need another process to create the image. Open Instagram, well, you can generate it with this GPT, right? Yes, you can actually generate it. Open Instagram, but you don't have as much customization as you should. Upload the AI image, add hashtags from this GPT, and click post. Look, honestly, all these steps, instead of constantly trying to avoid coding, if you learn to write 3 lines or use Zapier, which doesn't even require programming, and learn to use Instagram's API, you'll work much faster, get better results. And if you use N8N, it's free. How about that? You like that word free? Well, there you have it. Besides, you'll have to learn to automate many processes sooner or later, okay? I mean, this just seems like an excuse to put off what's really challenging. Using N8N, Make, or Zapier, which we have tutorials for on the channel. That's what I think. It seems to me that the possibilities here are so limited, just so we can use the tool without any knowledge, you know? I'll take a look at the reviews anyway. That's my take, alright? Zero work, but let's check out some user reviews. On Trustpilot, for instance, they've got a 4.6 rating. As I said, the platform itself looks pretty good, right? 1-star review says no support and the app's buggy. Well, it's just one review, no big deal. I'd like to see... AppSumo reviews are always inflated. Let's check if there are any reviews on G... Let's see. No, it doesn't show up. The reviews are positive and other creators like it too. But remember, many tasks here can be automated without your PC. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed and see you in future videos.